Hello to all my neighbors in the Veritas Village Coronado community. I'm going to do a quick update here in video again. It's a little easier and faster than, well, maybe not easier and faster than sending an email, but it's a little bit easier to explain things than rambling on in written email. I think last time I left off with their water tower was complete. We're getting great pressure out of it, and it's really nice to have the water tower, and we're actually using it a lot for our orchards and watering that as well right now, since that orchard irrigation system is all put in now. And we had our first fruit, which is a weird kind of banana thing, but it's really good. It's a different kind of banana than I've ever had before. But and like last time I mentioned that we already had lime for the Coronas or the Balboas, and the lime trees are still quite short and small, but they're sure producing a lot of lime and picking lime off of there every day. And the workers are taking them home and everything already. So that's great. I've got my list here to go through. Like I said, the water tower has been completed. We actually have finished most, if not all, of the culvert installs too, where and for drainage areas where the culverts were crossing the road for drainage. A really cool area is access to the small waterfalls and two swimming holes that are in the creek, where the water the rocks keep the water in a nice little contained area in two different areas. It's pretty cool, and really pretty spot to sit. And we're going to be making a sitting probably a multi-tiered sort of sitting area there, and listening to the babbling water in the creek. It's very, very relaxing, and it's just a super cool spot. And a great place to go cool off too when you want to dip in the creek. It kind of reminds me of my childhood, swimming in the little water holes in the creeks, and it's very relaxing and beautiful. So I'm excited about that. I look forward to going at the end of the day of doing stuff there and taking a dip in the creek. We have the roads are fully roughed in now, so you can access to all lots. It was, we had to get a second road, Tosca, what they call it here, is the type of gravel to pack in the roads for the big trucks to come in. And we just received another permit because we had gone through the excess of what we had before in the previous permit. It's always fun doing all the permitting in these communities. And as I mentioned last time, Latin America isn't a particularly fast-paced place. So we do a lot of waiting for permits. But I'll tell you about one really special one coming up here very soon. The potable water lines, we've actually been trenching, and sometimes it takes a little more time because you're going through some rock areas, and we have to use the hammer extension to get through the rock and then continue trenching. So that's actually over half a kilometer of trench that we've done already, and all the potable water tubing has just arrived on site. So we're starting to connect that up to the water tower and running it past all the different home sites. So that's going to take a little while. It's almost 3 kilometers of tubing that we have to do within the community, but it takes a bit of time. But it's going to be great to have all that water accessible at each lot, and especially for the construction, you can make the concrete right away without having to bring the water in and all that. So the Welcome Center pergola, we've basically completed it, just needs a little bit of trimming putting on it, but we've mounted the solar panels on it, and that's both an expansion for the Welcome Center and part of the Bitcoin mining part that we're going to be putting. The new room for that is just about completed. We're going to need to make some access for air conditioning and things in there, but that's half of the pergola runs the Welcome Center, and the other half runs the Bitcoin miner. Bitcoin miners take a lot of power, but like I said last time, it's pretty cool because we're not paying for the power, so it's all profit when it comes to the Bitcoin that you earn. Once we have that completed, then we'll just be able to let that mining machine run, and we'll be able to get a good idea of what we can earn, or what a home that's running a Bitcoin miner could earn kind of in a month, and how that could offset HOA fees and those sorts of things. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's taking a while to get it all set up, but it's a pretty cool feature to be able to run Bitcoin miners on solar power and communicating through Starlink. So it's not connected to anything except to the internet through Starlink. and no wires into it, to the road or anything like that, and or to any government type of internet services. So once that's going, that's going to be very cool, and it will give everybody an idea of what that they can do with the internet or with the Bitcoin mining if they are interested in that. Probably the most exciting thing at this point is we just received our first official home building permit for the first home, and that new home is going to be starting very soon. And we're just preparing the land, the home site. It needs a little bit of retaining and walls and things like that, but it's a large home, and we are very excited because it's the first one, so it's always tough to get that first one pushed through the municipality and the town center and all the different things that it's got to go through, the bomberos, which is the fire department, but we have it, and that is very cool. And that's always kind of the big beginning of the community as the homes start coming up. We have I believe 4 other home plans that are on the verge of being completed, with people just making their modifications to either their custom home or the plans that we have, and then just adding little things here or modifying them a little bit. So make it their own personal home. And the moment that's done, we submit that to the municipality as well for the building permit. And we expect the next ones to go a bit faster, just because we've gone through the process. I personally sat with Spencer and Andrea in the municipal office a few times over the last couple of weeks, going through the structural plans and all the different pieces that they wanted information on. So once you've kind of gone through that process once, and they get to know you and they understand that you're building high quality homes, in theory it should go quite a bit faster for the next ones. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, that's really, like I said, that's kind of the pinnacle point where it's like, okay, now the community homes starting to come up. And then this first one's a larger one. There are a couple smaller homes or mid-sized homes in the next set of permits that are coming in. So I'm hoping by the fall of this year we actually have some completed homes and people are able to move in and stay in them. And that's when the community starts coming together, and we'll obviously be building more of the infrastructure as before that happens, and as that happens, all the different things, and ultimately starting the restaurants and music studios, all those sorts of things at the same time here. But first we have to get all the infrastructure in. The water lines are key, and that's going in as we speak. The access with the roads is key, and that's access to all the lots. We're going to be improving the roads. But as I've mentioned in the past, we're not going to be paving them until, sometime in the future, when a lot of the heavy truck loads for infrastructure and things like that are done coming through there, rather than destroy the roads with big trucks right now. So that's kind of the update for this time. I hope you're as excited as I am about getting homes starting to be built. We are looking forward very much. I'm actually heading out there to Coronado tomorrow. I'm in the city, as you can see from the background here today, with a few meetings, but getting the Bitcoin miner set up tomorrow and a few other little things here and there. So yeah, it's a fun time. It's a great time, and lots of exciting news to announce in the next few weeks and months as well. So I will try to keep you updated with these semi-regular updates as often as I can. And of course, we're always here for any questions you might have, and happy to answer them. Thanks, and take care. We'll talk to you again soon.